It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Good morning and welcome to Travel and Cruise Industry News on this Monday, the 27th day of September. It's National Chocolate Milk Day. Actually, chocolate milk has Jamaican origins. Jamaica gave us ginger beer and chocolate milk. Can be traced back to the 1400s if you want a little fact to throw out today. Just thought I'd mention that, folks. In the news today, Sam expected to remain a major hurricane for several days. 2 more on the way. Cruise restarts in New York and Los Angeles. New York was a little bumpy. Famous cruise director returns to the Mardi Gras. Interested in that cruise to Greenland? This and lots more this morning on Monday Travel and Cruise Industry News. So, let's get at it. Sam I am. Hurricane Sam, Category 4. It had a chance to get into a Category 5, didn't quite make it. Don't think it will now. I think it's probably has started just a tad bit of weakening. I don't see it going back to a 5, but it's possible. But it is a Category 4. It's expected to remain a major hurricane for several days. Located about 800 miles east-southeast of the northern Leeward Islands. And if that seems like it's not moved very far, you're absolutely right. It hasn't moved very far at all. It's a slow mover. Maximum sustained winds are currently 130 miles an hour. It's moving about 8 miles an hour. Central pressure's come up a little bit from its low. It's at 952 now. It's still an extremely small, geographically small hurricane. Hurricane force winds extend outward 30 miles from the center, and tropical force winds only about 100 miles, maybe 105 miles from the center. Now, this to me appears like it is most likely going to be a Bermuda event now. It's looking more and more like it is going to make that big turn to the north. But it's not going to get to Bermuda until the weekend, folks. So this thing's going to get stretched out for, quite a while. Of course, there's always the chance the outer bands and stuff are going to affect the Leeward Islands and the Caribbean islands. Is very possible. And the Bahamas, maybe. You're going to have some high surf, some rough surf, and some undertow. That you're going to have to put up with. But I don't see this storm actually getting to Bermuda before Saturday, maybe Sunday. We've got 3 other items out there in the Atlantic. Actually, the orange X as depicted in this one, it's now back to all 3 are orange, but the orange X is actually remnants from Peter. Because of its the wind shear situation, it's got a chance of organizing more. They're saying 50% chance over the next 24 hours or 48 hours, 50% over the next 5 days. Conditions they're just kind of right for it to spark back up a little. It might get back to tropical storm force again. I don't see it getting back to hurricane force. But you need to watch out for both of those coming across from Africa. They're almost identical. They're almost identical in size, speed, formation chance. Both are looking very likely to develop. They're saying 30% over the next 48 hours and then 80% over 5 days for both systems. And right now, at least, there looks like both of them are on the same path, straight across what I call the trough to the Leeward Islands. I mean, there's a chance that it could follow along, like Sam has done and veer off to the north. This one just looks a little more like it's conducive to come all the way across. Nothing going on in the Pacific, so that at least is a good thing. All right. This weekend, there were two major things that quite frankly, folks, I completely missed both of them. So I'm going to change policies a little bit now. One of the things I'm going to look at every day from the U.S. is what ships are sailing today. All right. Because I just flat ass missed them this weekend on Saturday. All right. Here's what's sailing today from U.S. ports. And I'm not going to do this all over the world, but I am going to start tracking things from U.S. ports. Miami, Freedom of the Seas, and Crystal Serenity sail today. From Port Canaveral, Disney Dream, Carnival Magic, and Mariner of the Seas from Royal Caribbean sail today. From Galveston, Independence of the Seas, and Carnival Breeze. And from Long Beach, Carnival Miracle, all sail today. So I'll start doing that every day when we have sailings. Won't take long. So this weekend, the two major things that happened, the Grand Princess is back to cruising on the West Coast. It's also the first guest on a cruise ship out of Los Angeles, as it sailed from San Pedro. That's Los Angeles as opposed to Long Beach, which is considered still Los Angeles, but it's Long Beach. San Pedro is part of Los Angeles. But 18-month operational pause out there. Grand Princess is resuming service with a series of short cruises to Mexico and the California coast. For its first sailing, the 2,600 guest ship is offering a 5-night voyage that features an overnight visit to Cabo San Lucas before returning to Los Angeles. The cruise also includes 2 full days at sea. The 4- and 5-night getaway cruises will continue to be offered through November 5th and include calls in San Diego, San Francisco, and Ensenada. And that will then take it to longer cruises after November 5th. You'll see 7-nighters on the agenda. Now, the area we had some problems yesterday is Norwegian Breakaway got to sail out of New York. And it was a couple first. We had the Breakaway as a new ship back restarting, and it's the first cruise out of New York. But boy, they had a real screw up in the embarkation procedures. I saw that Tom posted, so I'm gonna go over here and see if Tom stays on top of Norwegian stuff. Am I going to report on any of the problems at the New York terminal for the Breakaway yesterday? 5.5 hours late due to a bunch of idiots. Yeah, that's basically what I was going to say. This one is not Norwegian's fault, folks. This is people just didn't pay attention to the protocols, what they got to do. People not vaccinated did not complete the Bermuda travel docs required to board. Sounds to me like they held up the ship while several hundred people got their PCR tests done and submitted those and vaccine cards scanned to Bermuda to get an approved travel certificate. Man, I can't emphasize enough. If you're going to cruise, folks, you got to be on top of all of the protocols, the vaccination protocols, the like this Bermuda health certificate protocol, masking protocols, testing protocols, man, and it changes every day. So, I mean, there's absolutely no excuse for hundreds of people to get to the terminal and want to get on a cruise ship and have paid no attention to what they got to do. You can't board a ship or a plane headed to Bermuda without the certificate. That's correct. And that has been that way since Bermuda opened its borders. Ship not due into Bermuda until Wednesday morning, so they will get there without any loss of time on the island. Well, I mean, that's good for the people that did it right. So, but anyway, it's good that we've got another Norwegian ship sailing. That much I will say. And this, I don't blame Norwegian at all on this one. This is totally damn idiot people. Norwegian Cruise Line now has 6 vessels in operation worldwide after the Breakaway set sail yesterday from Manhattan Terminal. It marks an important step for the cruise line, which has been steadily building its restart operations. Norwegian Breakaway will be operating cruises to Bermuda until early November, after which she's going to head down to Nolens. She's going to be in Nolens starting from November until April of 22. So, if I can get back to going, and I'm getting a lot closer to it, folks. The main thing now that's keeping me from sailing anywhere is the overall health situation in this country. And I would like to see these numbers come down a little before I actually try to go on a cruise. But Breakaway is one that I have not been on that I would like to go on. I would like to go out of, I'm not sure which I prefer, going out of New York or New Orleans. I love to sail out of New Orleans. I've sailed numerous times out of New Orleans, but I love to go to New Orleans. I love to eat in New Orleans. So I'd enjoy, the day before and the day after just fine. I might even end up at Pat O'Brien's. I've been there, I don't know, 10 times at least. But that's what I do in New Orleans. Anyway, that's on the list, as is. And I'll tell you the other one that I'm seriously looking at, folks, is when the Celebrity Edge, I'm trying to get the details on this one, but when it goes to Australia, is that going to sail out of Fort Lauderdale or Miami to Australia? I'm trying to get the details on that, which my guys over at Vacations to Go, which is where I get a lot of my scheduling, they don't have it yet. So anyway, that could knock out several of the bucket list items. So that might be a big major cruise for me to take. The Breakaway would be a lot more like a normal cruise, folks, admittedly. But that's on the list. I'm starting to look, folks. I'm getting to the point where I've gone from no, I can't cruise to we got to start thinking about it. So, all right, some of you guys that are Carnival folk like me and Jason. Jason, when you were on the Horizon, you might have met Mike. But one of the most famous Carnival cruise directors, Mike Pack, has returned to the flagship Mardi Gras. It comes after Pack and his wife, Emma Nixon, who's also a former Carnival cruise director, enjoyed time with their new baby. Chris, the Flying Scotsman Williams, has been covering for Pack for the initial Mardi Gras cruises since the ship first debuted with guests from Port Canaveral at the end of July. Williams did a great job bringing the fun to the new vessel for the first time and the new onboard experience and shows. Now, so we're glad to have Mike back. Sorry that he's now got to be at sea and his baby's back at home with the wifey. But that happens. All right. You guys all saw the cruise to Greenland from Baltimore? We talked about it last week for about 10 seconds. Cool cruise, 14-day cruise. It went to a couple places. I'm going to attempt to pronounce them because I said them both wrong. But 2 places in Greenland that I couldn't pronounce, a couple places in Newfoundland, and then to Nova Scotia, and then back to Baltimore. That cruise sold out in about 7 minutes. Sold out. Done. Kaputs. Carnival, does that give you don't you get a hint from that? Maybe you should schedule more than just one going to Greenland. I'm just saying, if you can sell out a boat in 7 minutes or however damn long it took, need to schedule some more. All right, who's here besides Hot Air Tom? Carol's with us. Hey, Carol. Jason's here. Pittsburgh. Jason, good to have you back, Jason. Only because I'm off work today. Good for you. You need a day off. Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed lately. You know, I do this show 6 days a week, and I do Cruise Amigos on Sunday. I had a nice Cruise Amigos show yesterday, live from the Sky Princess over there sailing around in the UK with Cruise Amigo Martin, what's his title now? The Leisure Agent of the Year for UK. Anyway, it was a fun show. A lot of our buddies, Emma stuck her head in as she walked by. A lot of our buddies were on that. Janine was on that ship. You know, Emma was on with her dad. Usually she sails with her mom. But anyway, that was a fun show yesterday. But I don't get a day off. I do a show every day, 7 days a week now. Might have to change that one of these days. Just to have a day off more than anything. Cindy's with us. She says, hey, Jason, we're in the teens now for Horizon. I wonder, I'm not sure who's on Horizon now as far as the cruise director. I think that was listed someplace and I didn't pay any attention to it. I forgot you guys were going on Horizon. I might have looked at that. See if it's anybody we know. Some of the cruise directors on Carnival are really good, and some of them I find to be aggravating as hell. A lot more than some of the other cruise lines. Jason says, we'll be on that ship before we know it. And we'll be bringing you right on this program before you know it, too. Kenneth's with us. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing today? Cannon Robin in Waterford, Pennsylvania. Weather is beautiful here. Hopefully everybody's doing great. Thank you. Do appreciate that. I'm trying to figure out Cannon Robin in Waterford, Pennsylvania. More than one person, maybe. Okay, I got. You need to clarify that one for me, please. I'm a little slow sometimes. No, I'm a little slow all the time. Nikki's with us. Hi, Nikki. She says, good morning all. Tom, that's quite a story. Good advice. Read directions. I completely agree. And Tom, you had actually had it covered pretty much the same way I would have covered it. I had basically the same facts that you had, and it's just idiots. The people are, I call it privileged folk that just think they don't have to do anything. Everything has to be done for them. Well, it's not that way anymore, because everything changes daily. It really does, folks. If you don't like it today, just wait. Tomorrow's going to be different. Bermuda directions are a bit complicated, but how did these people miss that the vaccine was required for the cruise? Yeah, that's just utterly ridiculous that they've missed that. I don't know. And there was a bunch of them too. I mean, it wasn't just one or two. Cindy saw some things about it too. That's crazy. Jason says, I tried to get on Carnival Breeze 3 times now, ended up on Horizon instead. Now, Jason, maybe you and I'll end up on a Breeze together one of these days. I got my bid upgrade offer November 21st. I'm already in an aft penthouse suite, but a Haven area suite would be nice. Yeah, that it would. NCL cruisers screw up, Carnival cruisers don't. I like that slogan. Yeah, Jason, I hear you. Cindy says, I'm hoping I can bid on a Haven cabin from a Breakaway April cruise. Have a spa balcony. Good luck. Cindy, your April Breakaway, is that from New Orleans? If it is, what day are you sailing? I don't think I'll ever sail out of Galveston. Flight prices are ridiculous for me. I haven't gotten that far yet. And I realize, man, I don't know what it's going to be to Galveston or to Houston, whichever. But Lord, some of the prices from Virginia to Florida right now. Holy cow. I mean, like $100 round trip. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's so cheap. Which cruise line had the family that couldn't board because a kid under 12 unvaccinated did not get the proper PCR test? Similar problem. Failed to read the instructions. Yeah, that was Royal Caribbean, wasn't it? I don't remember. I mean, there's been so many of them lately. Probably more New Jersey, New York, and New England issue with dumb cruisers. Yeah, don't get carried away, Tom. We got some good folk up there in New York. Don't be insulting now. And New England. Jason says, be careful, Tom. If Emily sees that comment, you're going to be in trouble. Somebody on the Breakaway posted they were in good shape with Alvin as cruise director. I rate him as the worst one we ever had. Huh. Well, that's good to know. There's Emily. Uh-oh. You're in trouble, Tom. Hi, gang, Emily says. Great shirt, Chillie. Yeah, this is my Snoopy shirt. I did the play once upon a time. You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown, and I played Snoopy. I did, folks. I had to sing 2 songs. Yeah, I made a good Snoopy. Emily plans better and not one of those dum-dums. Oh, Emily plans better. Okay, you're trying to kiss. Never mind. Hot Air Tom says she's working on forms needed for Iceland. That's a year away. Good for you, Emily. Carnival getting aggressive with the itineraries. Man, I tell you what, They're nuts if they don't schedule another couple ships going to Greenland. I couldn't believe that. I mean, it didn't make it a day, not even a half a day, and it was done, sold out. Emily says, I have Thursday and Friday off from work. Donkey is the cruise director. Love him. Sailed with him before on Liberty. Nice. Donkey is an ass, I heard. Where is Waterford, PA? I am from New Holland, PA. Not familiar with that town. Not far from Erie. I was going to say it's up there in the northwestern corner. Your April is from Miami, so that's after Breakaway leaves New Orleans. Breakaway is one of those that home base changes every 90 days or something. It's crazy. Tom, do you know Sharon, PA? I'm not far from Erie here in Cayuga Falls, Ohio. Something happened to me in Sharon, PA one time. What was it? Did I get it wasn't a speeding ticket. Something happened to me as I was driving through Sharon one time when I lived in Pittsburgh. I don't remember what it was now. Maybe I broke down in Sharon, PA. Probably. Kenneth says, going to Hawaii in February on Princess Ruby. Ruby Princess. Ruby Princess is a nice ship. It's an older ship, smaller ship, but it's a nice ship. I like Ruby Princess. Let's see here. Yeah, he says not far from Erie, Pennsylvania. That's correct. April 26th on Breakaway. Okay, Cindy. I will make a note of that one. Jason Emily says, I would love to see that. Tom Henry says, my Penn State roommate was from Harbor Creek. I know where that is. Oh, Jason, thank you for the super chat. Do appreciate that. This chat is too much fun. Thank you, Jason. As always, I do appreciate that. That does helps the channel. So anyway, that's going to wrap me up for today, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. We didn't quite make 2,400, Jason. We got to 1390 or 2396 this morning. Not quite to 24. We should be over 24 today or tomorrow. So keep growing slowly. Like to grow faster, but oh well. All right, guys, that's going to wrap me up for today. I'll see everybody back here tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Travel and Cruise Industry News on Tuesday. For now, this is the old fat travel guy. Y'all stay safe, stay healthy. Love you guys. See you tomorrow.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chillie's Cruises.